What's up guys, Shane Starnes here with Droid Modder X, and this will be my annual first 10 things to do with the LG flagship. This is the LG G7 ThinQ. Big shout outs to LG for sending this out for preview. And before we get started, make sure that you are subscribed and also be sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when more G7 videos hit this channel. So the first thing you're going to want to do is set up some security, whether that be fingerprint, scanner, or PIN. So in settings, you'll go over to the general tab and hit lock screen and security. Go down to where it says biometrics here, and you have a couple of different options here. You've got fingerprints, face recognition, and voice recognition. First, you'll set up a PIN. All right, once you have that PIN set, you can choose between any of the three. I personally prefer the fingerprint scanner, but they also do have a pretty good face unlock and voice recognition. We'll go ahead with the fingerprint scanner. So all we got to do here is find the fingerprint scanner on the back and just set the finger down and lift it. And it looks like we've got to do that about 10 times. And generally, when the fingerprint scanner is on the back of the phone, I like to add both of my index fingers. And just for fun, we'll go ahead and set up the face recognition. All right, so it says that it is ready to use, and you can even go and improve your face recognition. This is going to allow you to add different conditions here. It says like different lighting, with or without glasses, bearded, or clean shaven. All right, so we'll test those out. We'll lock the screen. And face unlock seems to be super duper quick. Try that again. Face unlock is incredibly fast. Now we'll do the fingerprint scanner. And the fingerprint scanner is super fast as well. The next thing you want to do is free up some space by disabling carrier bloat or just any kind of extra added applications that were installed on your phone. This phone came directly from LG, so there's not really a lot of bloat here, but if you get your phone from a carrier, say T-Mobile or Verizon, they're going to have their carrier applications on there plus some added applications that they're kind of getting paid to add to the phone, such as certain games or certain utility applications. So the way that you'll do that is you'll jump into your settings, you'll go into apps and notifications, go into app info, and any application that you want to disable. There are a few on here that you may find that you don't use, like even for Google, I may never use Duo. So if I want that to not show up in my apps list, I'll just go to disable. When you're disabling carrier bloat, it's not actually uninstalling it from your phone. It's still there. It's just hidden, and it's not going to run in the background and take up precious resources. So you'll just click yes, and then if you want to re-enable that, all you have to do is go back in there and hit enable. The third thing that we'll do here is we will go ahead and re-enable the app drawer. As you can see here, the LG G7 ThinQ comes out of the box set up more like iOS with no app drawer. Any application that you download is just going to kind of be vomited into your apps list on your home screen. I prefer the app drawer because it helps me to stay organized and I don't have to go through just a million different applications on my home screen. In order to set up the app drawer, you're going to go into your settings. You'll click on the display tab and then click on home screen. Select home, and you have just the regular home, and then of course we have home with an app drawer. If you wanted to go another route here, you do also have the easy home, which is just a simple layout with larger font. Think for grandma or for the older generation, that would probably be more for them. We're going to go with the home and app drawer and click OK. And then now you have your app drawer, and with the app drawer you're actually able to search through your applications here, and it's just easier and quicker to find your apps. All right, so the fourth thing you'll want to do here is make a decision whether to notch or not to notch. That is the proverbial question. Right here you guys can see that the notch is not noticeable because the notch is surrounded by display units here. We've got our battery percentage, our Wi-Fi, we've got our clock and our notifications surrounding the notch. And that's how this one came to me out of the box. I actually really enjoy that setup. It allows us to get that taller screen. To make changes to that, you'll go into your settings, display, and go to this new second screen option. You can actually go to the standard notch. In the standard view here, you're still going to have all your notifications and your battery percentage. So that area is still going to be used, but you will be able to see the notch clearly. So if you're into that, there is the option to turn the notch on, or you can go custom and turn the notch off. You can even choose whether or not you like the rounded edges here, so you can flatten that out or make it more round, and then you can even change the color if you're into that. So there's all kind of customizations with the notch. I actually like the fact that LG is giving us the choice. The fifth thing you want to do here is finish setting up your display. You actually have some different resolution options that comes out of the box at the highest Quad HD resolution. If you want to save on some battery life, you can go down to 1080p or you can go down to 720p. That's up to you. This will allow you to save some battery if you don't mind the slightly lower resolution. I prefer the Quad HD, so that's what I will stick with. And then we also have an option here for screen color. All right, this is going to allow you to change the temperature of the color, so you can go cooler or you can go a little warmer. If we jump into the home touch buttons and button combination, you can actually rearrange your navigation bar. So if you're more familiar with, say, Samsung phones, you could just put your back button to the far right, your home button there in the middle. You also have a couple other buttons here, a quick notifications access button, a screen capture button, and the Q slide button. You can add those to the nav bar. And I actually really like this notifications button because this is a taller screen. We've got a 6.1 inch display, so reaching all the way up here to the notification panel is a bit of a reach. It's nice to be able to just push the button to get your notifications. The sixth thing that you want to do is set up your always on display. It's actually not even turned on by default, at least not on this phone that I was sent by LG. So we'll go ahead and turn that on, and then we'll continue on to set it up. So you have all different types of displays here that you can choose from. You've got the standard clock here, an analog clock, dual clock, the signature, and you can choose to have an image of your choosing on the screen as well. You would just go into your gallery and then find whichever image you like. It's set by default to be quite dim, that way it's not consuming a ton of battery, but we'll actually set that up to be brighter. It's just giving you a warning that prolonged usage can drain the battery. That's okay. And as you can see, it is quite a bit brighter and you can see it much better. All right, so if you know that there is a time of day that you're not actually going to be using that always on display, like say at night while you sleep. In fact, at night while you sleep, that always on display can get rather annoying because it can kind of light up the room. You can turn this on and set it, say, from midnight to 6 a.m. That's about when I would have mine turned off, so I'll go ahead and select that and hit save. They also have this option for quick tools and music player. So if you slide over the status here, you actually have media player controls so that you can control your songs that you're playing on your phone without the display actually being turned on. So that's a nice feature there as well. And you have your quick settings. So if you need to get to a flashlight real quick, you're able to get to your flashlight. All right, the seventh thing to do here is to set up a custom wallpaper and theme. You have several wallpapers that are included with the phone here, but you also have lots of themes. This is going to change the overall look and feel of your UI. You even have some custom always on display themes to choose from. So there's all kinds of ways in here to customize your phone. And there's actually hundreds of wallpapers that you can download. Some of these have themes, like we've got the Memorial Day holiday coming up, and so there's themed wallpapers there, and then there's lots of nature wallpapers, some animal wallpapers, all kinds of just really high quality images here that you can use as a wallpaper. If you remember, the LG V30 did away with that secondary display and instead replaced it with the floating bar. So the eighth thing that you may want to do is to set up your floating bar. As you can see here, you can turn the floating bar on, and there are lots of different settings here. The floating bar is found on the right side of the phone. It's similar to the Edge panel on the Galaxy Note 8. All right, so you can choose the shortcuts that you want to show up in your floating bar. You can even add a music player and quick contacts. This is just going to give you access to those quick settings that you were able to access in the secondary display on the V20 and other devices that did include the secondary display. The ninth thing that you want to do is set up your context awareness. The context awareness allows you to choose settings depending on what you happen to be doing where you happen to be. So let's say you want to set up your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and sound profile for while you're at home versus while you're at work. The phone will sense and detect when you arrive home and change your settings automatically. It will sense and detect once you've arrived at work and change your settings automatically. That way you're not having to get out your phone and change your settings multiple times per day. So if we go to our at home, we can turn that on. All right, so once you have your My Places turned on, you'll be able to change your sound profile, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. This way, once you've arrived home, your phone will automatically connect to Wi-Fi. It will automatically turn on your Bluetooth and connect to your Bluetooth speakers or your headphones, and it will turn your sound back up because maybe while you're at work, you want to have your phone sounds turned down so that they don't become a distraction. The G7 has been branded with ThinQ. This is their smart home AI platform. If you happen to have those Internet of Things devices, you can go ahead and set them up now. Click on the Smart ThinQ and hit the plus button to register them. As you guys can see here, you can set up all types of appliances, dishwashers, clothes washers, refrigerators, even a kimchi refrigerator, your microwave oven, robot cleaners, and even a TV. In theory, if you had all kinds of LG products that were ThinQ compatible, this would be awesome because you'd be able to control those things from your phone. All right, guys, that about wraps it up for the first 10 things to do on the LG G7 ThinQ. If you like the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. You can find more of me at droidmodderx.com. Follow me on Twitter at droidmodderx. Thanks, guys, for watching. Be blessed. I will see you in the next one.